All right, we have some new updates in the 75-gallon community tank. We have our Bolivian rams that recently became parents. So here's the mother right there, and then the dad is right here, and they've been protecting their eggs down there. So it's hard for me to get a good view, but it's on the other side of this wood here. You can kind of see the kind of off-white color, those dots, not the white, but like the off-white. Those are eggs, and they're kind of really ferociously defending their territory right now. And see, they'll chase off these other Bolivian rams if they come too close. So it's really interesting to see how they protect their eggs there. But that means that once they give birth or hatch, all these fish are gonna start attacking them. So we're gonna put together a nursery tank today so that we can raise up these baby Bolivian rams to hopefully have a ton of them go to adulthood. All right guys, so today's video, we're going to be building a nursery tank. We want the tank to look beautiful, but at the same time, really simplistic, because there's gonna be a lot of baby fish in there. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm able to get them out before they get eaten. But I do want them to hatch before I take them out, and I do want them free swimming. So we're gonna kind of see how that goes, hopefully in the next couple days. But right behind me, we have a 5-gallon fish tank, and there's nothing in it. Now I have a filter that's been running on the 75-gallon for a couple years now, and so we're gonna take one of those filters off and hook it on here, because I have 4 filters on those things, just because I didn't know what to do with them. But so it's already seeded, so we're gonna have an instantly cycled aquarium, but we gotta make it look beautiful, so let's go ahead and dive into that. All right, so the 5-gallon tank isn't ideal. Ideally, we want something a little bit bigger than this, but that's what we have. We also have this light that came with another fish tank, so all of this is stuff that we've already had. And so the goal is to have a nursery tank that costs $0. So we have some white sand for the substrate. We have one large rock for, I guess, some decoration. And then we have some moss in the garage that we're gonna use to make this thing look good, but also very, very simple. All right, first up is the sand. Let's go ahead and pour some sand in here. Not gonna use a ton of sand, but enough to have something going on. Not putting any dirt or anything like I normally do, because this is just gonna be a nursery tank. Let's see. I do kind of want to have a deep substrate though, just so there can be a lot of room for beneficial bacteria to grow, just to make maintenance easy. Looking good. All right, so we have the sand substrate in. It's kind of sloped to the back. Not a ton of sand in there, but there's enough to get the job done. Next, we're gonna add our only one piece of hardscape. It's gonna be this giant rock back here. You guys can see it. We're gonna figure out a good way to put it in there, because hopefully this will be a really simple scape that will look good. Because really this is going to be a nursery, which means I'm eventually have to take the fish out, and if it's really complex and there's a ton of stuff in there, it's going to be really difficult to do that. So really simple scape coming up, and let's see if we can make it look good. Guys, here is Mount Bolivian, because we're going to have hopefully a good bit of Bolivian babies put in here, Bolivian rams. I think it looks really good, right? It's already looking really great already. What I want to add though is a little bit of plants, but I don't want to plant anything into the substrate because, you know, when I'm taking the babies out, I'm going to destroy the whole scape anyways. And so something that I can put in that's a plant that I can easily take out. And so what I'm thinking is moss. I got a ton of moss growing in the garage, so I think we're going to get some moss balls and just randomly place them and see what we have going on. All right, so we have some moss here. So I got a good bit of moss that I took from the garage. I'm gonna attach it to these rocks, and I'm gonna use thread to attach it, and I'm just gonna put it kind of all around that rock, that main rock inside the fish tank there. So let's go ahead and attach the moss now. so I'm really liking the way this is starting to look. So I just have a few every so often, try to not make it look so structured, but I'm really liking the way this is turning out. The centerpiece rock is great. These little pieces of Java moss are gonna help keep the water clean and trap a lot of little microorganisms and random food bits for the little fry to eat off of. So I think this is looking pretty good. I may just scatter a few little rocks just in there just for decoration, just to add to the look. I'm not 100% sure if I like those detail stones, so I may take them back out. But for the time being, we're gonna fill up with water, then kind of see how it looks. All right, so here's Mount Bolivian with the water covered all the way up. I don't know if I'm 100% sold on those detail stones. Maybe I'll move those in a little closer. I think that's the only thing with the detail stones. But essentially, this is gonna be a scape. Really simple, and I'm not gonna destroy the scape whenever I need to take them back out once they start and get some size on them. So let's go ahead and add the filter. All right, so for the filter, we're gonna use a 20-gallon Marina S20 filter. Really like these filters. But essentially, this 75-gallon is running on a canister filter down here. So this is all the filtration it needs. But I had these extra hang on the backs, nowhere to put them. So I kept them on here for the entire time this tank has been set up. So I'm probably gonna take this one because here's the output of the canister. And so there's just two kind of there's two outflow in the same area. So I'll probably take this one out and put it on the 5-gallon. All right guys, the nursery scape is complete. It has just one big rock in the middle with a few little pieces of Java moss all scattered throughout. I'm hoping that's gonna help trap a lot of food and microorganisms. But we do have one thing left to add. My daughter says there's one more thing. Arabella, you gonna do the honors?
They have one more little tiny rock, which is a shaped kind of animal. It looks like a monkey.
Okay, let's put it in. That's a good spot. All right guys, and there we have it, Mount Bolivian. It is ready. In a few days, we should be able to put the babies once they hatch. And I think it's looking pretty good. What do you think?
Good. The monkey's on top of the roof.
Oh, is that a rock monkey?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He likes the rocks.
All right, well, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.